Okay. Good afternoon, all of you. This is Yogesh Pingale, Assistant Professor from VSET. Today is the first lecture of your IOE Internet of Things. So, Internet of Things, to go for Internet of Things, we must know about the IoT. Okay, and for the IoT, first of all, let me share the some of the points, and we may say that these are the some of the prerequisites for our IOE subject, because in the the previous, you can say, the pre-lecture, this is actually the starting. I'm starting the contents of the lecture from today itself, but before that we have also seen there are two kinds of different kinds of things. Like, we have the Internet of Everything as a main subject, and we have a Internet of Everything as a lab. And as I discussed that for IOE lab, we must do something like mini project, right? So like we did it in our fifth semester IoT mini project, on the same line we will have this IOE mini project. And this is mandatory because based on this mini project, based on this thing, we have got the term work as well as your oral and practical exam, or oral exam is based on your mini project. So at the end of the semester, the external is going to see your mini project, what kinds of things that you did it, and you have to present it, you have to demonstrate your project, and that sort of things are there in IOE lab. Whereas in IOE subject, if we bifurcate the two things, like as I told you, there are 9 pillars in Industry 4.0, and out of these 9 pillars, the 2 pillars are very important. One is something called as IoT, and another is something called as RFID technology. So these two concepts are very, very important from industry perspective. See this. Apart from these 2 pillars, the other pillars are like this, that I have shown you that there are so many things, like, we have got AI, we have got robotics, we have got ubiquitous computing, we have got end-to-end communication, like that. So the other pillars are there. We have got ML, like that. But the 2 pillars are there. So we know it, that the industry 4.0, any industry, you take any name, right? This industry or any one industry which is having 9 pillars, then that industry, you can say, it is in 4.0. Now in near future, let's say in this year or in the next 1 or 2 years, the industries themselves are going to transform from 4.0 to 5.0. Just imagine the trend. You will be working in 5.0 maybe, but in 4.0, if you are going in industry 4.0, that is mandatory that you should know these 9 pillars. At least you should know this, because you are not knowing, in what kind of project that you will be put in. Right? It depends upon what the projects which are running in industry. Even though you go in TCS, Infosys, any kind of industry, if that industry is in 4.0, definitely you will be put in any kind of pillar. I mean, just imagine that if you put it in IoT kind of projects. As our alumni, Mr. Devdatta, he is also working in Microsoft in Hyderabad. He is telling a lot of projects are running, a lot of projects are there. And the new people, the experienced people, they are working on these IoT projects, because it's the need of the society. Look at our place, India, where you can just imagine how many cities are smart cities, how many industries are there, the smart industries. Industries perspective, they are different. But what about the society? Once we are talking about, there are so many villages, right? Are there, they're like smart village, smart hospitals, smart home. A few homes, they are smart homes, which are luxurious, which are very much expensive. But can you afford like that? Can you make that India as a smart India? Right? Even though we are saying Smart India Hackathon, so right. So that hackathon, it's the purpose of the India government of India, specifically focuses on Indian perspective. They want to solve the problem of Indian people. They want to build a nation, and that's why they have started with something called as Atmanirbhar, wherein the students, the engineers, the industry people, they should solve the problems of India. How they are going to solve the problems, not only based on the data which are there in Facebook, which is then there in social media, and we will just do the analytics. Not like that. They want the people to be a smart people. The person who is waiting in the bus stop, near bus stop, he must know it. Where is my bus? Right? At what time it is going to come? At what time I will reach my office? It's a need of the people, who is going traveling day by day, right? It's a need of the people who are the farmers, need of the people who is doing their business, who is doing their opening their shops and whatever, the people who is living in India, they want the solution, and technology is going to give the solution. And which technology you're talking about, if I'm just telling, the person who is standing near bus stop, if I'm saying, the people who are in Facebook, how many people they like you, how many people they don't like you, right? So it is not going to matter to that person, that person wants that at what time my bus is going to come. That is what is needed, right? And the many engineers, if you put yourself as a, you know, uh, social activities, then you will come to know that what type of things that I'm going to provide. I'm going to provide them the smartness. And smartness on what? Smartness on process, smartness on system. Right. First, come to know, whether education should be smart. Now, the education people, they are also saying, education means we are all the education. We are now in education sector only. So education people, they are trying to put themselves in 4.0. So they are going to fight with the industry. Industry 4.0 is already there. The education, now they are saying that education 4.0. The student will say, I want to take this subject. I want to take this syllabus. I want to master in this particular skill. Skill is very, very important, right? And what is the skill? 4 years you have to learn that skill only. Now what is happening? You are learning so many things. You are learning IOE, you are learning ML, you are learning so and so forth, right? And where is your specialization? Right now, industry will pick up you as per their need, not as per your need. Right? That is not what is required. Okay, what is required now in education 4.0? This system is going to come. And why I'm telling because of the, it's like a background I'm creating to study for IOE. Right? It's like a motivation purpose. What I'm trying to say you, what I'm trying to give it to you. Right? Otherwise, what is happening? The people will say, why this subject is mandatory for us? Why it is? Why we are going to focus on this? And if you are not putting your interest into this particular subject, what is going to affect? It is going to affect to your everything, because you will not going to create a mini project very good. You are not going to give the good results for this particular subject, and this subject is mandatory. And why, if this subject is mandatory, this is because you are worrying about this particular thing, right? That's why I want to put interest in you. Not only interest, it's a need of society, it's a need of India, it's a need of our nation. Why not we put, right, we put efforts to learn this particular kind of subject, right? Now for this, let me begin with a very important thing. um, can you able to see my screen? Anybody? Yes, Nitu Saloni, can you able to just unmute yourself and you can reply me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you
It is
very much.
visible.
Okay, okay, thank you. So now this is visible, right? So this is our lecture number 1, where I am going to discuss about the elements of IoT, right? So once we are talking about the IoT, see, even though in your 5th semester you studied the IoT, okay, let me some recap a very few things for you. If we can say, what is the heart of our IoT? The heart of our IoT is what? The things, which are which we have to become, which we have to see that thing as a smart thing. And once anything, the chair, table, fan, tube light, this thing, my headphone, or anything, my glass, my watch, anything in the world, not only my body, but body itself, right? The things which is connecting to the internet. Now everybody knows, because we have learned the IoT concept as well as we have learned the sensor network, which is also one part of, you can say, the heart of our IoT. You also know the sensors. Now I will tell you the two kinds of sensors. One sensor you connect to the thing, and another sensor you connect to the body. Once you are connecting the sensor to your body, it is something called as biosensors. So many biosensors are available. You may wear like this Fitband watch, smartwatch, wherein this watch is going to tell you how much um, uh, kilometer you are running, what is the calorie burn, and so and so forth. The data it is going to capture. The thing which sense the parameters from the environment, right? And not only that, you require a sensor, obviously, because once you say, let's say I'm sitting on the chair and I'm moving myself from one place to another place, the chair senses it. Why? Because the chair is having something called as pressure sensor. Not only that, right, it is going to take care of the latitude longitude of its, that means it is going to tell me the location, and it is going to tell to whom. It is going to tell something like, let's say it's authority, anybody. The thing which is having the sensors which senses the parameter which are required for the thing, and after that you are going to send that particular data to the cloud, and in the cloud you put all the data and you do something like analytics. And for analytics you have got n number of algorithms. You can able to predict what is going to happen next. You are going to do some analytics for, for decision making. It is very much required. Now here you require something called as AI, artificial intelligence. You require something called as ML, machine learning. You require something called as DL, deep learning. So these things are going to be there on data. But from where you are going to get a data? You are going to get a data as a real-time data. And these systems are something called as RTOS, real-time system data. Now let's say if I am talking to you, what is my heart rate? So if that heart rate is going to be catch, right, by the sensor, and it is going to deliver it to the cloud. Let's say if I'm hypertense, right, or my heart rate and everything is going to be very high, so before calling a doctor, doctor will intimate me, okay, why it is going to happen, because that analytics is being done at the cloud side by our programming, and that is going to be sent to the mobile by the to the end user, right? The user can be a doctor, user can be any person, and that person wants particular data to be remotely captured, right? And this is what is something called as the heart of IoT. Our problem statement is so simple. We have got the input, process, and output. Inputs are nothing but the real data which you can gather it through the sensors, and which is going to connect to the thing. You require something like gateway, push the data to the cloud side. You do something analytics on the cloud, that is something called as a process, and at the output you are going to do the mobility. You are going to do some design some or develop some mobile application using Dart or Flutter. Very interesting technology. I just now studied. I did my course in Dart and Flutter. I did my own application in Dart using Dart and Flutter. It is very interesting, very nice technologies, right? React Native is also very best example for you, right? For analytics, you know already ML and AI algorithms, right? And for real capturing data. So IoT is nothing but an orchestra. You have got everything, right? And that's our subject is also Internet of Everything. Forget about that name. Actually, this name is given by the Cisco company, right? Who cares about this? The Google cares about this IoT, right? Cisco cares about IoT. IBM cares about IoT. What else you want? To name the company that cares about IoT. And that's why that IoT or IoE is going to be there, because all of you are doing. So you can see the different pictures, everywhere, right from airline companies, right to the shopping malls, to the healthcare sector, to the oil sector, oil gas sector, right? Everywhere you can see, right, that IoT is going to be there. It was there previously because we already know it. We have seen this, that previously so many things were already connected to each other, because that things are not connected to internet. That was the the flaw, you can say. But obviously once they are connected to internet at a remote place, anywhere in the world, you can able to capture the data, you can have the analytics on it, and ultimately you get a data. Not only that, from remote place you can control on the things. Means what? Using mobile you can on and off the switch, you can control on the ACs, you can control on the environment, you can control on the agriculture sectors. That is the life of the the IoT, input, process, and output. And from the output also you can give the command on the command on the input, so feedback is also there. And that's why the life of IoT goes in a wide, right, wide range. And for this IoT we have one more thing is called as RFID. It's going to be there for a long life, right? So the agenda of this session, what I'm going to, I'm going to take this as a session or a lecture only, but treat it as a session that we are going to see what is the problem statement of IoE, right? What is the complexity overview? What are the reference architecture we are going to use it? Some of the cool IoT projects. See, IoT projects we already did it like a mini project, right? And how do I start? Already we have started with the IoT. Already we did the mini project, right? But still, as I'm again and again I'm telling you, right? IoE requires everything, whatever we are doing it now. So that's why I have to take it again. Okay. This is something like the case we have to see some definitions. IoT. You might have not seen all these diagrams, which are very important, but these are very important from IoE point of view. Already I have shared my book with you, right? And I have given the link of my book, right? You can also take it from Amazon, or you can purchase it from Amazon, Flipkart. It is available on internet, right? So technology is the publication of my book, right? And everything, whatever the syllabus is there, I have covered many things which are required for your exam point of view. And obviously, out of the box, if you want to learn, definitely internet is your guru. So you can refer anything from here. So this is what is something called, what I am referring. This is something called as IoT stack. Now, once you are talking about IoT stack, see the layers one by one layer. So at the bottom level, if you see, there are something like objects. So the objects can be anything, anything you treat as an object, right? About that, we have got something like sensors and actuators. Right? We are going to define the sensors and actuators in detail, but I'm assuming that the prerequisites of IoE, that the IoT mini project and sensor network. So these two subjects you are already studied. Actually, there is a gap of this 7th semester where you are not touched any kind of topic. The projects, if you are having the projects of related to IoT, you may have doing this regularly. But 7th semester is a gap where the 3 or 4 months where you might not touch the topic of this IoT. But this is what is come again. So sensors and actuators are required, right? Sensors are going to connect to the object, actuators are going to connect the control on the object, right? See, these two things are very important. From, let's say, from engineer point of view, you may ask yourself, see, I am IT engineer, right? So everybody knows IT engineer fits everywhere, right? IT engineer fits everywhere. It is not like that IT engineer do only programming, IT engineer do only this kind of thing. No, right? IT engineer can work in the bank also. IT engineer work can anywhere, anywhere, right? So as we are IT engineer, we should also know this, right? That the things and the sensors, right? Which sensor I am going to connect to which thing. So first of all, whatever thing I'm taking, if I'm taking the chair, if I'm talking about the electrical appliances like fan, tube light, so I'm supposed to know what are the things inside that particular fan, right? What type of motors are there, how much current it is consuming, how much power it is consuming, how it is malfunctioning, and it depends upon what company to company, right? So it's while talking it's so much simple. I connect some PR motion sensor in the tube light. If I'm connected PR motion sensor on the fan, for talking like this so much simple. Now if I'm talking about the other way, right, what are the technical specifications of that particular fan, and talk about the company's fan. So that company fan, you require the technical specification, and then you require the technical specification of the sensor. And if that compatibility is there between the sensor and the thing, and then you talk about that sensor is I'm going to connect to that particular appliances. Otherwise, what is going to happen? If you just type it, if you just Google it, you will get n number of connections, you will get n number of circuits. But as a let's say, if you are want to start up your own company, and you want to deliver the something like home, smart home, right, the solutions to the society, that you must know it. Then you cannot say, I am not an electrician, I am not only electrician, I am not electrical engineer. Think about that level. So why I should bother about it? So if you don't know about the electrical, any type of connection or anything, how I am going to talk about smart home? If I don't know about the civilization or civil engineering, some part, it doesn't mean that I have to do civil engineering. It doesn't mean that I have to do the electrical engineering. It's not a matter of the doing that particular part. If I want to make the automated car, there are available. You might also know it. Driverless car, or there are now cars available like BMW, right, or Mercedes car. I have seen now also that the people just get down of the car, and the car is shifting towards the parking area automatically. They don't require any driver, nothing, right? Now these are available now also in India. I'm not talking about the abroad. You people may think that after this engineering, I will go to the abroad. Why the hell I'm sitting in India and will provide the solution to my nation, right? Because you want money, you will go there. You will not do the search over here. But the thing like that, right? The things are like this, where we are, wherever we are surviving, that can we have like this? Can we have the sensors over here? Can I design the sensor? You cannot say now the sensor. Why I should design? Because I am IT engineer. I will just do the programming. Not like that, right? You should know the sensors. You should know the technical feasibility, technical specifications of the sensors. If I'm just talking about a temperature sensor, right? Temperature sensor connect to Arduino, you will get some results. So that particular small practical, we did it in our IoT mini project. Now the think on this other angle, that is that temperature sensor is going to tell me, is that temperature sensor is going to connect 24/7? Is it going to be there working over there 24/7? Can I get a result? Can I do some analytics on that? What type of data? And once we are talking about data, there are two types of data, my dear students. One is something called a useful data, and another one is called a useless data. What I'm going to do with to just push the data to the cloud side? Just I want very big data. Not I'm saying big data, I want a large amount of data. I want to keep a very large amount of data. What is the purpose that I am going to keep the useless data over there? And for useless data, I am going to do the analytics. What is the need of that? Right? If I'm doing that kind of analytics on the useless data, and then I'm going to tell, this is useless. Why I have to push the useless data on the cloud, first of all? Right? It may hamper, it may go to the another way, it may go to the another way. That's why there are some intruders, and that's why there are some threats. Some people who are intruders, right, who are engineers, Pakistani engineers, you can say, who get that particular data and who manages the data according to their requirement, right? And that is what very much dangerous for us, right? What type of data it is there in the cloud. Once we are talking about social data, just imagine about the data, and I'm focusing on the data because it's very very important to know, right? Why I'm going to take with this सेंसर कौन सा डेटा सेंस करेगा, कौन सा डेटा मुझे क्लाउड के ऊपर भेजने का है, कौन सा डेटा के ऊपर मुझे एनालिटिक्स करने का है, और कौन सा डेटा मुझे यूजर को दिखाने का है, राइट? द पर्सन हु इज नॉट लविंग टू दैट अनदर पर्सन, एंड आई एम टेलिंग दैट पर्सन दैट ये देखो ये है, कुछ तो गड़बड़ है, बिकॉज द पर्सन हु इज एंड यूजर हु इज गेटिंग द डिफरेंट डेटा काइंड ऑफ अनदर डेटा. जस्ट इमेजिन डेटा को फुल बना रहे, आप पर्सन को फुल बना रहे, who is going to do this? And that's why there is something called as security, and that's why you can see the third layer is something called as controller. Which controller you are using means microcontroller, right? What is the security? In the another level, that is something called as communication. We talk about wired or wireless, talk about from Bluetooth, then Wi-Fi, then Zigbee, then different kinds of gateways, right? Different kinds of gateways. Now, how many gateways are available? So many gateways are available. In the next slide, I am going to show that also. Right. Once you talk about the wireless data or wireless communication, think on this angle: what type of protocol you are using, and have you designed your own protocol? No, you are dependent on US. You are dependent on the country, right? Who have provided the solution of protocol. If I am talking about MQTT protocol, it's very good protocol. है ना भाई, very good protocol designed by US. It's Microsoft protocol. So I am just I want to just purchase that particular protocol. I have to purchase the service of that particular protocol. I am talking about a service. We know once you are talking about a cloud, you are talking about the services. If I am getting the service of that protocol, have you got a guarantee of that using that particular protocol? If some intruder hacks your things, they will directly physically damage your things. 230 वोल्ट, उसके बजाय मैंने और ज़्यादा पावर भेजा तो, right? Just imagine what is going to happen to the people who are just living in that particular area. Directly you are damaging the physical things, and that's why people are very much worrying about the security aspect of this IoT. Previously it was about the cloud, everybody knows about it. Cloud is having the distributed data, nobody knows where is the location of the data, right? Where is location of that particular server, the data, from where something goes wrong, right? Nobody can able to catch it. And that's the negativity of that cloud technology. So any technology has got two aspects, positive and negative. Nobody can say this is very best. No way at all. Even though HTML came, right? We required something like DHTML. We required something like XHTML. We required something like XML. We required something like security to protect your web page. Simple. I'm talking about it's a simple security aspect. And here we are talking about the largest 9 pillars. 9 pillars are nothing but 9 technologies. Just talk about it. Right? So many threads at so many levels, layers. If you see the layers, I am showing you specific this diagram because you will come to know at any layer, or you can say at each layer there is a threat. Each layer, हर एक लेयर पे कुछ ना कुछ तो नुकसान हो सकता है, राइट? ऑब्जेक्ट्स के ऊपर नुकसान हो सकता है, सेंसर्स के ऊपर, कंट्रोल के ऊपर, right? Communication, wired, wireless, anything can happen, anything can hack, at the gateway level and at the computation level, where we are actually doing the analytics, right? So you talk about the big data, you talk about the mobile apps, you talk about the web services, right? You can just see at each layer there is requirement of security, and just why you can say the lock is being displayed at each layer because of the security है तो ये सब कुछ चलेगा, otherwise no. And that's why, even though let's say I'm staying in Vasai, I want a smart bulb and smart tube light, and from here also, from college also, I can able to make on and off my home's tube light and fan. It's my children are now sleeping, and the tube light is going on, and the alert message is coming on my mobile. And from here, if I'm able to place it, I can able to switch off that fan. I can save my energy. My electricity bill goes down, right? Now, you just tell me where I can go. The electrical shop, where I will just say, please give me this solution. Give me solution. राइट इन 500 रुपीज़ 300 रुपीज़ का बल्ब होगा, और लेट्स से नॉट ओनली 500, थोड़ा ज़्यादा बजट बढ़ाओ, 800 रुपीज़ में ही आपको मिल जाएगा, राइट? आर्डिनो लगाओ, ये लगाओ, वो लगाओ, और ये मोबाइल एक एप्लीकेशन बनाओ और दे दो पब्लिक को, और उनको बोलो कि ये सब आपका घर का ऑटो फैन ट्यूबलाइट है ना, आप इधर से किधर से भी कर सकते हो, कुछ गलत हो गया तो आपको अलर्ट मैसेज आएगा, राइट? डोर के ऊपर आप पुट अ पीआर मोशन सेंसर, and once you go for a vacation or holiday and somebody entered into your room, you will get some alarm message, or alarm will be immediately over there, right? Something like solution that we can also give you. Why the people like L&T, like big company, or the people like in India, we are talking about industry 4.0, and why industry people, they are not giving the solution like this solution to our nation? Can anybody tell me now? You can unmute yourself and you can discuss. Government of India, why they are not giving the permissions for all these industries, companies, to not give the solution like this, right? Why the people, now the solutions are available in Amazon, we know it. You can take a Alexa, you give the command, you can have the connectivity with the Bluetooth, but there is some the rules and regulations, wherein let's say अगर मैं बाजू में डहाणू स्टेशन है, डहाणू स्टेशन के उसके थोड़ा सा बाद में पाकिस्तान चालू होता है, और डहाणू के अंदर सब इलेक्ट्रिशियन एंड एवरीथिंग इज देयर. लेट्स से इफ आई एम पुटिंग दिस वायरलेस कम्युनिकेशन, दिस IoT solution and so forth, right? And I am based on what? MQTT UAP protocol, which we are not built it. That is the problem of our people, that we are not design any API, we are not design any this thing. We are just giving us services to the world. We are not developer. Actually develop the things, develop the new things. We are developing the solution based on their solutions. वो लोग ने API बनाया, API ले लो और काम चलाओ बस. खुद का API बनाया क्या, नहीं बनाया, टाइम है क्या, नहीं टाइम है, और ये API बनाने के कौन पैसा देगा, कोई भी नहीं देगा. That is what is the things are happening. We have to come out of these solutions, and that's why I have made these problem statements so simple for IoT. Build interactive system by using software and hardware that can sense and do analytics on data received and respond to the real world, right? It's the best IoT definition, right? Or IoE, you can say. IoT नाम अलग है, IoE अलग है, IIoT अलग है, इंडस्ट्रियल IoT अलग है, कुछ अलग अलग नहीं है. एवरीथिंग इज सेम, names are different. IoT name is given by Cisco, IoT is name given by somebody else, IIoT is come under the concept called as Industry 4.0. But the interactive system, whatever we are building, is the same one, right? You can see the number of complexity, right? The interactive system, number of sensors, explosion, the data point. Just imagine this. It's very important, right? Types of sensors you are using, connectivity, protocols, security, and hardware vendors. These are very, very important. Interactive systems, I already told you so many examples right from my fifth semester. Environmental identity tracking, framing, home automation, connected car, so and so forth, logistic and healthcare. You name your system, it will be over here. And we also know the scenario where in 2025 50 billion devices are going to connect, right? The places 1 billion, the people 5 billion, and the things 50 billion. What is the main challenge? Now we are using, now I am connected to you, you are connected to me through this Google Meet. So many classes are running, so many people are talking through these particular devices. Just imagine we are using, right, IPv4. The first challenge with me is we have to convert all these devices identification from IPv4 to IPv6. That is my challenge first, right? And to make this challenge, first of all, I have to just do this identification, because while communication, we know it, right? No one will have the same identity, same number. Whatever my PC is having now IP address, which is different than you. No IP address, no logical address of any of the device is identical. Everything is different, and each device, you can just imagine 50 billion devices, right? So we are like thinking on a dream. Just imagine, and this is what the source. I have just taken the source, Ericsson, right? This is a source where I got this information, right? You people also can see this, because the PPT whatever I have built, it is from my own, right? Types of sensors, right? Types of sensors. Lot of sensors are available. We also know it. You have also seen it in sensor network. But still, these are the sensors: acceleration, vibration sensor, acoustic, ultrasonic, chemical, gas, and many of the sensors you have worked also. Proximetry सेंसर, प्रेशर सेंसर, टेम्परेचर सेंसर. उसमें से मुझे लगता है टेम्परेचर सेंसर तो सब लोग ने हैंडल किया है. एवरीबडी नोज द अल्ट्रासोनिक सेंसर, राइट. उसके बाद में ह्यूमिडिटी सेंसर भी है अपने पास, राइट. लेवल सेंसर, मशीन विजन नो, राइट. प्रेशर सेंसर भी नहीं है. प्रॉक्सीमेट्री 100% है, राइट. मोशन सेंसर है, PIR मोशन सेंसर. So many of the sensors that we are also having in our lab, and you people did some of the mini projects using that particular sensors, right? See, home automation. See your home, dream home, in any country. It may be in India, it may be wherever you are located, right? Your dream home, and see the different sensors, right? You may fit. So मैं जानबूझ के इधर नंबरिंग किया और ये भी दिया, और ये भी it's a source from one of the universities, where the people have actually built it and did this exercise. Lot of types of sensors they have fitted over here, right? So this is a home automation. This is the home automation, right? Next thing, you can see the car automation, where more than 75 sensors, in very small car. I am having my Wagoner. वैगनर के अंदर कम से कम मिनिमम 75 सेंसर्स है, मिनिमम 75 सेंसर्स. आउट ऑफ दैट द लिस्ट सेंसर्स आई हैव डिस्क्राइब्ड ओवर हियर, राइट. नाउ इवन दो यू आल्सो नो इट, द MRF कंपनी, राइट, व्हिच केम अप विद द कार कॉल्ड एज टायर एज अ सर्विस. टायर एज अ सर्विस क्लाउड में हम लोग ने सुना था, प्लेटफॉर्म एज अ सर्विस, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एज अ सर्विस, सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस. अभी क्या है, टायर एज अ सर्विस. Instead of purchasing a tire, you take tire on a rent. Both will get beneficial. How much the tire is now IoT enabled tire, where we are having the sensors. It's a prepaid card. जितना किलोमीटर आप चलाओगे उतना आपको पे करना पड़ेगा वो कंपनी को, right? So the people are coming with this particular new business models. The insurance company, they are coming up with this new particular new business model, right? And this is what is very important: communication infrastructure. Right, few minutes are left, so let's go through it. So lots of things are there which we can discuss it, and at many times we may require like this diagram to explain the new technology. So this is given by the ATMEL, right? So communication infrastructure of IoT, where you can see the where so many things. You just can you see this? Bluetooth and BLE, Bluetooth enable. So this is what the IEEE standard that the devices are using. 802.15.4. It's a very popular standard for Bluetooth, right? Where we can see BT and BLE. दोनों में फर्क क्या है मालूम है? It's very interesting. You may know it, but still again I'm telling you. Let's say I'm having this mobile, and if you see the technical specifications of the mobile and where it is written, it's BLE, Bluetooth enable. Now what happened? Bluetooth enable. This is the connectivity where you don't require to on your Bluetooth. Still, your data is going to be captured by the devices. That's BLE. That is nothing but a BLE. If you are having a mobile which is having only BT Bluetooth, then right, and if you don't connect to internet, then nobody can hack your mobile data. But now what happens, if I take this smartphone and BLE is already being there, all mobile companies now having the concept called as BLE. It is mandatory for them, right? And why? Because they have got the contracts with big companies that we are not bothering about it. But whatever mobile you are purchasing, the BLE is there. What happens, if I go to the big bazaar, even though I don't have the internet, right, connectivity now in this mobile, but it is having the BLE. So whatever I'm shopping, whatever I'm giving, right, how much money I'm spending, whatever whatever it is going to be traced by this particular mobile. And once you will connect to this internet, the whatever data it is being captured by that BLE, it is going to send to the internet. That is how you are getting the advertisement, right? और बाद में आपने वापस कभी आप इधर जाओगे, wherever you go, or wherever you shop, you will get your interested field. Interesting का भी आपको मैटर मिल जाएगा. मैंने लास्ट टाइम ये शर्ट खरीदा था, अभी भी ये शर्ट आ रहा है. अरे ये कैसे आ रहा है? मैंने तो कुछ किया नहीं था, इसको कैसे मालूम पड़ा? मैं बिग बाजार में गया था. Whatever, because of this BLE. और ये पूरा डेटा का ही खेल हो रहा है ना, right? The data is going to be sell, right, with the n amount of money. The Google is having the largest amount of data throughout the world. इसके लिए तो उसको बड़ा भाई बोलते हैं, right? Big boss in the data playing game, right? And it is selling the data tremendous amount of money. Though you are talking about the technologies and everything, so and so forth, it is having the data. And mind you, if you are also having the data of the people, right, of whatever kinds of data, you can also sell data. I'm not talking about that kind of thing, but this is what the companies are, rotating about these kinds of data, right? And this technology is going to help to these particular things, right? So these are having this particular infrastructure of IoT, where we are going to study this in detail. So today I'm not going to take it in detail, like what are these Bluetooth connectivity, उसके अंदर क्या है, उसके अंदर right कैसे डेटा रखा है, उसमें कैसे डेटा लेते हैं, right? So what are the different things are there? We are going to study this, right, in detail, right? But this is what a diagram of communication infrastructure of IoT. And these are the IoT OSI layers. This is going to be there, right? So I will complete this, and yes, protocols I will take it afterwards, but this is IoT OSI layers. So ISO OSI layers already you studied. We have got 7 layers, right? 7 layers. We have got physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, and then so on and so forth, and then the application layer, right? Over here we are talking about the IoT. We are having the physical devices, right? Then we have got the Ethernet, PPP, sleep, SLIP, data link layer. Then we have got these particular protocols, IP, ICMP, right? Internet control messaging protocol, then ARP, right? Address resolution protocol, right? And then TCP, UDP at the transport layer, which are very much popular, and then Telnet and everything, SNMP, right, for application layer. So you connect yourself with these your computer network subject, where you have studied the ISO OSI layers, 7 layers, and this is what the IoT OSI layers. right? So 5 layers are there generally. Already we are having the 5 layers, but this is what are the typical diagram of IoT OSI layers, where you can see this how the layers are going to talk with each other, how the message flows from which layer to which layer, and to do the programming on these particular layers you require this, and this is how you will design your own protocol. Designing and the protocol, it's not so simple task. You have to go enter into the system programming level, and once you start with the embedded C, once you start with the embedded system kind of programming, then actually you are programmer. I'm not thinking otherwise you are developer only, right? If you are doing upper level programming, चलेगा, अपर लेवल प्रोग्रामिंग कोई भी कर सकता है, नो डिटेल. इफ यू गो इनसाइड इन सिस्टम लेवल प्रोग्रामिंग बहुत कम है, राइट, बहुत कम है. अदरवाइज अपर लेवल जैंगो फ्रेमवर्क में कोई वेबसाइट डेवलपर है, वो कोई आम आदमी भी कर सकता है, बीकॉम वाला भी कर सकता है. बीकॉम वाले को बोलो चलो एम्बेडेड सिस्टम में जाओ, चलो नेटवर्क लेयर पे काम करो, राइट, तो फिर उसका इंजीनियरिंग लेवल समझ में आता है. सो आई एम थिंकिंग ऑन दैट लेवल, राइट. Otherwise it's okay for us. Not today I'm going to ask you about about this much, and about the protocols and everything, that we will take it afterwards, as I just now told you. Just final discussion what we covered just now. I will cover something like the first, I started with my topic with the IoE, Internet of Everything. As we know, given the name given by the Cisco, in subject we have got IoE. I started with my topic with the IoT, Internet of Things, right? We also seen the heart of IoT, what are there, what are the components are there, and we have seen very beautiful, that is something called as stack of IoT stack, where we have seen the different kinds of layers, right? We have also seen something like the considerations and applications of IoT. And once I'm talking about the considerations, why we have to consider the IoT, and what are the different applications of IoT. So considerations and applications of IoT, this is very much required, right? And I'm damn sure that if you go inside this particular technology, and if you know how to build the systems, definitely you are going to survive in the industry. And obviously, as again I'm telling you, it's out of the 9 pillars, the 2 pillars are there, and 2 pillars are there in your syllabus. It's very important thing. You are surviving now in the industry, you are going in now in the industry, you should know these 2 pillars as well. You should not tell that I'm only interested in ML, I'm only interested in AI, I'm only interested in Python, I'm only interested in that, right? The industry, wherever you go, right, industry ने बोला चलो ये IoT का प्रोजेक्ट है, can you work? Then you cannot say इसमें मुझे इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, दूसरा प्रोजेक्ट आया तो then you can survive in industry, right? You cannot say this is important. वो जमाना गया. Once I did my degree from Visalia College, there at that time we studied only Java language, और Java language के ऊपर हम लोग को जॉब भी फटक से मिल गया, right? इंडस्ट्री में जॉब मिला, we survived very well, and Java was there. And now the people are talking about full stack. Everything is managed by the other coding, right? The people who are still there in embedded programming. One of my friend who is working in Seagate company as a project manager since 20 years, he is working as a embedded programmer. He has not shifted, he had not written a single line in Python. He sticked with the C language. See the range, the duration, the you can say the reliability of the language. C language, only C language. C++ बस वो हटा ही नहीं है. 20 साल तक वो काम किया है. और हमारे जैसे 2 साल जावा, 2 साल पाइथन, 2 साल फुल स्टैक, 2 साल नोड.js, 2 साल बूटस्ट्रैप, 2 साल ये. तो हम लोग जंप मार रहे हैं मंकी जैसे, फ्रॉम वन टेक्नोलॉजी टू अनदर टेक्नोलॉजी, right? So how the C language, it is beautiful, how it is embedded, इसके लिए उधर जाने के लिए बहुत आपको मेहनत करना पड़ेगा. And for this, the people are getting, the industry will get a lot of people who are working on the upper level, the application level of programming. The lower level, few people will get. And with connect to this embedded C and all these technologies, I am talking about this particular IoE and IoT. It is going to be there, definitely it is going to be there. because everybody wants to watch our India as a smart India, स्मार्ट इंडिया, राइट। तो स्मार्ट इंडिया के लिए स्मार्ट विलेज बनाना जरूरी है, स्मार्ट होम बनाना जरूरी है, अपना घर का एक्चुअली स्ट्रक्चर पूरा ऑटोमेटेड होना चाहिए, है ना, ऐसा हर एक को लगना चाहिए, यू नो। इफ आई एम डूइंग दैट, now everybody is having this digital, then the government of India can say, you know, we have transformed ourselves into digital technology, we have transformed ourselves, everybody, each farmer is also connected to the cloud. Why? To the Gmail, because his account is there in bank, his Aadhaar card is there in bank, his data is linked with the cloud. That means it is, we have digitally transformed ourselves, India is digitally transformed. But for to reach to the this particular smart India, we have to do a lot of things, right? To just play in a smart India hackathon, it doesn't mean that India becomes smart. No, India wants the solution of a smartness of each thing. He wants, and that's why he is giving a very beautiful thing called as, you know, micro enterprise. 3 साल कंपनी आपका ओपन कर सकते हैं, यू डोंट रिक्वायर टू रिटर्न योर इनकम टैक्स. 3 years you can open 3 years you can able to open your own startup, right? And after that it survives, then you convert that micro to the LLP and then to private limited, and this is how you can grow up your own company. So smart India wants that thing to be played. Are you getting it? And that's why people like you, right, people like you required to do these things, and that is the motivation of this particular subject. I am also get motivated with this subject because of the same thing, right, because of the same thing. So I think I stopped this particular lecture number 1, where we got so many things, right, the beginning of the IoT to the IoT stack, and some of the few examples like applications, and we consider this as to go for the real-time examples. Definitely after this we will go for the protocols, IoT protocols, which is very much required. This is, we have already started with the chapter number 1, by the way, and we have completed the half of that also, and half of that is nothing but the protocols and other things, which we will cover in the next lecture. And the second module starts with something like very beautiful technology called as RFID technology. Very interesting parts are there, many, and the next chapter of that is nothing but RFID applications. The whole chapter is given for RFID application. Just imagine how much depth is there in of RFID, because it's one of the pillar of industry 4.0. Just imagine, if you studied it in detail, you can say to the whatever, wherever you go in industry, you can say, you know, I know RFID technology. Even if the projects are there, put myself in that project, or people will tell you, you know. So any technology, you love the technology. You should not say, you know, I love this only much, I only know this much, I want only ML project, then only I will work in industry, otherwise I will sit at home. No, right? You should work on any one of the pillar of the industry 4.0, right? So in the pillar of the industry, that's why I'm telling you, the 2 pillars are there, and 2 pillars are there in our syllabus. Okay, so again, thank you very much. So I'm stopping this recording.